Okay, so we have a My App, the Django application inside the project folder, My Project. And we have a model called as student, which is having two fields called as name and age. Name is a char field and the age is an integer field. Now, based upon this model, we want to create a form, which is a model form. As I told you, the model form is a type of a form. Only thing is that it is automatically built on the basis of a certain already defined model. So in this case, this my form we want to build on the basis of the fields that are defined in the students model class. So we have to specify the name of the model on which it is based and the fields that you want to select inside a meta class which is inside the my form. So model is equal to student and fields is equal to all. So I have to select all the fields which are defined in the students model. Now if you have a model which has many number of fields and you want to restrict the form to select only a few of those fields, in that case you can give a list of fields in this. But since we are having only two, I am giving fields is equal to all. Now this form which will be built according to this definition is actually going to be rendered by a template. But the template part of the Django we have not yet learned. So what I will do, I will just show you the template which is going to render the form. Template is nothing but a HTML page inside which there are certain Django template language syntax. So inside the double curly brackets, I am mentioning form dot as table. So the form is the object of the form that we have just defined that will be supplied by the renderer to the HTML web template here, and it will be displayed in the form of a table. So that means when this template will be displayed to the client browser, it will contain a tabular representation of the fields that are defined in the our model called as student. So when this form is displayed, the user will be entering the data, that is name and age, and he will press the button called submit. The submitted data will be submitted using the post HTTP method and to a URL called as my app student. You know that a URL is mapped to a certain view function. So here we have to ensure that this particular URL is mapped to a view function which is defined in the views.py. So let us go to the views.py. This is the function which is going to be executed, and it automatically accepts the post data in the variable called as request.post, and this data will populate the student object, the object of the student model. And if the data is validated as per the inbuilt validation mechanisms in the forms module, Django.forms, once the validation is accepted, once the data is validated, the object will be saved. You know that when the object is executing the save method, what happens is, in the background database table, incidentally the table that is mapping with the student model is also a student table. So in that student table you will find that one more row is added which is having the data as entered by the user. So we have a model. Based on the model we create a form. The form is rendered by the template. The template sends the data to the view called as student, the data is parsed into a student object and the object is saved.